Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for an awesome $5 eShop deal video. This week's deals have really been spectacular. I talked about it in my main deal video. I honestly think this is almost as solid as Black Friday week. Not as many deals, but again, it's the quality that really counts in this particular sale. Make sure at any point that if you love these eShop deal videos and other eShop related content, hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that good stuff. So let's jump right into the games. First, we have Splatter. Splatter is currently at its lowest price ever, 50% off for only $3.99. This is a fairly recent release. I finally got a chance to try it out. A big thanks to the developer for the review copy. I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed this. Really, if someone described it to me, I wouldn't think it'd be something I'd really get that into. There's so many zombie games, but it's basically a twin stick zombie shooter. You can play with co-op up to 4 players. Kind of think something along the lines of maybe like a gauntlet style game, but mixed with a zombie survival style gameplay. It's just really goofy B-movie kind of plot, and it's just gaming comfort food. It was really simple and easy to get into, and sometimes that's really all you want. It doesn't need to be revolutionary or groundbreaking. I just really enjoyed Splatter as a simple jump in, easy to understand zombie blasting experience. So if you're looking for something you can just turn your brain off, get right into and start enjoying right away, I think you would definitely enjoy Splatter. Slime is currently 70% off, bringing it down to only $3.59. Slime is like an OG Switch eShop game. I think this came out like the first year the Switch came out. This is very much a Super Meat Boy style precision platformer. You play as this little slime that's been swallowed by this giant creature, and you're making your way through its guts and intestinal tract trying to make your way out. And there's all kinds of changing your form to get through certain types of different colored slimes. Again, very much a precision platformer, very enjoyable, especially if you like those kind of cutthroat, really difficult platforming games. 8 Doors Aram's Afterlife Adventure. That is a hard title to say 3 times fast. It is currently at its lowest price ever, 80% off for only $3.99. This is not one I've played, but it's been on my wish list for a while. I love Metroidvanias, especially a strange one, and this is a very different looking one. It all kind of takes place about Korean folklore, obviously has a very sort of muted but unique visual style. I'm really excited to try it out. Both the Steam version and the Switch version have had very solid reviews, so this is the lowest price ever, like I said, and if you're just a Metroidvania completionist, you just got to play them all, I think this one would definitely make a decent pickup for this sale. Fury Unleashed, it's currently 70% off for $5.99. I have never hidden my love for Fury Unleashed. By far one of my favorite roguelikes on the Switch. This is a side-scrolling platforming twin stick shooter roguelike. Very addictive, super crunchy combat, has a really cool comic book style art aesthetic. Tons of upgrades and skill trees. One of my favorite things about this game though is that you can respec your character. It's completely free, so you can just at any point, if you're just like, I didn't really like the skill tree options I chose, you can respec it all and choose a whole new loadout. So very flexible in that way. It is very tough. It's definitely got a high skill threshold, so you're gonna want to be someone who enjoys a pretty darn tough platforming shooting experience. Super Mambo Quest, it's currently having its lowest price ever, 62% off, bringing it down to $5.99. I was just talking about Metroidvania at completionist. If you like to try all of them out, you definitely want to pick up Super Mambo Quest. I actually just picked this up on its last sale. I was really impressed. It's so different than other Metroidvanias in that it's just sort of a goofy platformer with some really crisp, perfect platforming gameplay mechanics. You basically play as this goofy purple guy who is somehow the prophesized savior of this world. You have some basic boss fights. You're just bopping on top of enemies. It's really enjoyable. If you like a Metroidvania that doesn't take itself too seriously but does play perfectly, I think you would really enjoy Super Mambo Quest. We're apparently on a Metroidvania kick because we're on to Axiom Verge, matching its previous low, 70% off, bringing it down to $5.99. This is considered sort of a modern day standard as far as what to judge Metroidvanias against. Not personally my favorite. I do really enjoy Axiom Verge, but it's definitely very old school in its presentation, so you're gonna have to enjoy that sort of retro style aesthetic. But for those who do, you're gonna find a really big Metroidvania adventure, all kinds of secrets, weird places to explore, really trippy imagery. It's definitely earned its place as one of the best reviewed Metroidvanias ever. Colt Canyon, it is currently 70% off for $4.49. This is another game that if you're not new to my channel, you know I've sung the praises of Colt Canyon multiple times. It's just one of those games that I feel more people should know about. It is a twin-stick roguelike shooter. Just be forewarned that the roguelike mechanics as far as the upgrade skill trees are kind of non-existent. Really, the only thing you can unlock in Colt Canyon are new characters, and you can unlock a new starting loadout. So it does give you a little bit of a head up, especially with those starting loadouts, because you might be able to choose a weapon setup that makes it a little bit easier to get through the beginning levels. But this roguelike is all about simply getting better at the game. And the better you get, you do feel like you can progress more and more each time. It's really tough, but definitely super rewarding. I love the art aesthetic in this. It's almost like a hyper Atari-esque kind of art aesthetic, but then it's also mixed with all this great pixelated blood and amazing gun sound effects and guys screaming when you blast them back. It's just way underrated and definitely a game that anyone who enjoys twin stick shooters should definitely pick up. Double Cross. Double Cross is currently 80% off for $3.99. This is another one that I've had on my wish list for a while. I think I might pick it up on this sale. I've heard very good reviews for both the Switch version and the Steam version, so I'm excited to try it out. It's basically a traditional 2D platformer action game, but you have a sort of proton slinger, which seems like it behaves kind of like a grappling hook mechanic, and I'm just a real easy sucker for any game that implements a solid grappling hook mechanic. So I'm definitely checking out Double Cross on this sale. I think maybe you should consider it too. Maybe check out a little more gameplay and see what you think. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 Plus, currently as matching its lowest price ever, 70% off for only $5.99. If you're not familiar with the Pac-Man Championship of games, they're really different. I'm really not the biggest Pac-Man fan, but these games absolutely reeled me in. Whereas a normal Pac-Man game, it's all about going and trying to avoid the ghosts as long as you can. It's more like a survival experience in the original game. This game, it's more like Geometry Wars, where you get a limited amount of time and you are trying to be as aggressive as you can to pump up that high score as fast as you can. So it's not as punishing, honestly, in my opinion, because you have unlimited lives. Really, it's just like Geometry Wars. You lose that sort of score streak when you do die. So the advantage to not dying is simply to keep your score going. And it's really addictive. It's always that kind of feeling of just one more round to see how much better you can do. The graphics are amazing in the Pac-Man Championship games. Personally, I think the Pac-Man Championship games are kind of an essential pickup, especially even if you think you're not into Pac-Man games, you should definitely consider it. I know we've talked about a few games, again, that I haven't played yet. This is another one, but it's on my wish list. I'm excited. I potentially might pick it up on this sale. Defend the Rook. It is currently 80% off, bringing it down to $3.59, its lowest price ever. My understanding, this is basically like a turn-based strategy game, but mixed with some tower defense mechanics, which is really where my interest lies. I love a good tower defense game. I like the art style of this. Kind of looks like it's set up like a chessboard. Again, very good reviews for both the Switch version and the Steam version, so I'm really excited to try this one out. $3.59, again, by far its lowest price ever. That is a really cheap pickup, especially for a very well-reviewed strategy game. All right, everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this $5 deal video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming $2 deal video. I hope to see you there. And until next time, I hope you have great gaming. Bye-bye.